Hello, I am Crimson Gaming, and I am not really a YouTuber by trade, but I just thought with the severe lack of Runic videos I've seen on YouTube, I think there were 3 I could find on October 14th, 2022. I think, 27 hours or so I've put into the game so far, I thought I'd just share some of my thoughts and, see if maybe this video got a little traction, see if anybody was interested in my thoughts on the game and how I play. So I just thought I'd record a quick run. I played a little bit. I've unlocked everything up to Master, and I've beaten Master on the first level, so I'm going to do Master on the second level. I do recommend the first thing you unlock is the Pyro Staff, once you have enough gold for it. I kind of find it OP. Everything else is pretty much whatever you want. Mana regeneration is pretty good, and I think health is always a good bet. The 10% chance to apply burning on all spells sounds really good, especially with Pyro Staff, but to me it doesn't proc near often enough for it to be viable, and really it just helps with burn damage and not really with procking anything. So I think this time I'm going to go with mana regeneration here, and actually, yeah, we'll do mana regeneration, and also Peasant's Hood is really nice, at least for early game, when you're leveling very quickly. Those couple hits you get when you're really weak, this will help mitigate some of that damage. So go ahead and start this run. Right now my preferred build is, well, you'll see, but I'm going to start with Aura. Alright. Get a little bit of early XP. Just kind of gather them up and try to kill off a few. Fortunately on Master you do they take very little damage, or at least they have a lot of health. So, alrighty. So, would be nice to get a second aura already, but since it won't actually affect, well, let me just explain my thought process when picking a rune. I always go for whatever will help me immediately. While it would be nice to start working towards getting 3 auras, this will give me a about, what is it, 180% or something damage boost. I don't know. Basically, I lose 20% damage because there's now 2 of them. 10% damage less each, but there's 2 of them. So 2 of them at 90% damage is a lot better than 1 of them at 100. So now you can see I'm getting XP a lot faster. Duration, lingering, really nice for aura when it's on this side and it's being procced. Not so useful when you're casting it, because as far as I can tell, you can really still only have 1 up regardless of how long it's lasting. But when you're proccing them, you can stack them pretty high. I will say though, we're getting the scroll. Scroll is massively helpful early game if you can get enough of them. Not only do they give you more XP, but once you have 3 of them, it will just make the rest of your run so much easier. Let's see. I did pick up 25% mana regen on my character, if I remember correctly. So, don't technically need the mana regen yet. I usually only need 2. So, yeah, I will get that just because out of everything, that's the only thing that's actually going to help me. But now I don't need to pick up mana regen anymore. There I took a hit, but you'll watch my health. I just leveled, and now I'm back to full health. So we'll go ahead, fire will immediately allow me to start proccing things, and then shield will also help me immediately because I will no longer need to worry about taking a hit once every 2 minutes. I don't have anything to proc with the fire, but I won't get anything to proc with the fire until I get the fire, so fire also will just give me some extra damage. 25% of the time when I proc it, things will just die a little faster, so also nice. Alright, let's see, we could grab another split, which would increase my aura damage. again. So I'd be adding one more aura, but they'd all be doing 70% damage instead of, or I mean 80% damage instead of the 90. I don't need any regen, or I could grab the bolt now, just so I have something to proc with this fire. I think I'll just do the bolt. Now, eventually I'm going to reverse these, but for now, my aura is going to do better than the bolt because it can hit everything in this circle. Where the bolt I only have, like, you know, even with the 2 splits, I can only fire 3 at once. 30% extra damage sounds really nice, and it is really nice once you have 3 of them. But with aura only doing 2 damage, 30% of 2 is less than 0.5. So the way the game calculates damage, as far as I can tell, is anything over 0.5 it rounds up, and anything under 0.5 it rounds down. So since 30% of 2 would be 0.6, it would actually take it to 3 damage, but then if I get a second one, it actually doesn't increase the damage at all. So this would give me 1 damage, but this would double the amount of procs I get with my bolt. And then this will make it so I take 1 less hit, so I'm going to take the fire. Fire is also going to work me towards my 3rd fire, which is really good. Could work towards my 3rd aura, which isn't going to help me now, it'll help me in the long run. Force, I don't generally use it, but it would help me now if I threw it on. Pierce would help me now, and Bolt would help me later. So we'll take Pierce since it helps me now. I'll just throw it on here. That'll double the amount of damage my bolts do, because now they're hitting 2 targets. Oh, that's bad. I am in a bad spot. Let's see. Alright, I apologize if there was a small cut there, a slight interruption. But anyway, so back to choosing my rune. So currently we're kind of in a tight spot. I could grab health for a little bit more survivability, just get out of there. I could also grab fire. It will lower the damage of my aura by quite a bit based on what I'm picking, but it'll make bolt proc a lot more. That's actually not going to help me that much in the long run. Or it'll help me in the long run, it won't help me now. I'm actually thinking about starting aura and actually replacing bolt temporarily just for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna leave Pierce up there just even though it doesn't affect anything. So now what'll happen is when aura hits something, I have a 50% chance of proccing a second aura, and that second aura can stack basically as many times as this one procs. So hopefully that will help me survive by creating a whole lot of auras right on my person. Yep, there we go. Look at that. Okay, another scroll. Always scroll. Early game, if you see a scroll, grab the scroll. Unless it's literally life or death, you want the scroll. You can see how much damage this is doing. It's kind of insane. So these will both be nice for bolt, but I'm actually going to grab that fire now. Since I'm doing the proccing a second aura, this will actually be really good. So by the way, if you right click, you can just switch between them being placed between your inventory and being placed between whichever the first open slot is across the bars from left to right. Generally don't right click to put things from here to here, except early game when you have like nothing, but I do right click to pull things back to my inventory. So upgrade, the middle one right here, Inferno, it gives you a 100% chance to apply burning, but then your physical damage is dropped by 90%. As far as I can tell with the pet testing I did, this only affects the damage on the ability, so this 2 damage that's listed here, but the burn damage I do is unaffected, so the ability still does decent damage. But what this will also do is allow me to basically ignore the damage of this ability and use it as a proc ability, and just use all kinds of things like splitting where it does negative damage here, and what else? And radius or whatever, just to make it so whatever I have here hits as many things as possible, and make this proc as much as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. So now my aura that I'm casting does very little damage, but the aura that is being procced is hitting many, many times. So now that we made that choice, or made that, conversion, this gets no damage modifiers. The only damage it's ever going to do is burn damage, basically, and 10% of whatever this is. But this is going to get all the damage modifiers. So I can pretty much just wade into this now. Here's this. So third scroll, so right click these and upgrade. This is why the scroll is so important early game. It's this one right here. The +2 rune options. Now that we have that on there, when we level up, which should be relatively quickly, I'll just go ahead and farm into these guys for a minute. We have 6 options, which will make basically the rest of our build generally a breeze to get. Anything we're looking for, it'll most likely be here until we're at the point where we're only looking for 1 or 2 things. As far as things that will help us right this minute, we're pretty tanky, so I don't think we're going to need the shield yet. Or health. I hate fragility or fragility, whatever you want to call it. If it was a green ability like this, it'd be amazing. But since you have to actually put it in the ability, it's trash in my opinion. So we're going to grab another splitting because lowering the damage of this does not affect the chance to apply the burn at all. So it'll just make it so that our aura now hits more things at once. Let's see, bigger is better. Not only will this affect our aura that we're proccing with now, but later on when we switch to making it so that we're damaging with the aura, we can move this over and make it so it does more damage. So now we have a choice. I like to keep splitting on the proccing side and then enlargement on the damage side, because this does not have a downside. It just increases size while this lowers damage. So you can see how fast we're leveling now. Okay, this is why we get splitting. So I'm going to grab 3 splitting. And it's this one right here. Overwhelming split. We get a massive damage decrease, but again, it's just for the physical damage, not the burn. And a massive knockback decrease, which doesn't hurt us that much. But we get 10 split and 20 spread. Split is, what split does. It's what we've been using. So we're going to get basically 10 bullets now. For aura, it's 10 overlapping circles. That'll allow us to use with bolt. We'll have 10 bolts. And then the 20 spread just basically is how wide of a fan we'll get when we use it. So with bolt, it actually makes it so it fires in all directions at once, like a giant circle. Makes it so you don't even need to aim it. I don't have any pierce or anything, so I can't switch to bolt yet, but I will then soon. But you'll see what happens here. Look at that. Just circles everywhere. The aura is no longer an aura, it's just a field. Alright, so now the worst part of any run, gnomes. We have to dodge these little red dots and just basically take out as much of this garbage as we can. Since this is such a rough area, lingering would be nice for more damage here. I am actually thinking about taking toughness. I just want to grab a little extra health because I know I'm going to get hit by one of these stupid red dots. There's one. If shield pops up, I'll probably grab a shield too, because, oh my god, that's 2 hits. So we're just going to avoid the gnomes for the most part. Once you have them all piled up, you can just circle around them, because they only fire in a straight line, so you can see how many red balls are coming out of there, but if we just loop around, it's not too bad. Okay, so here's our third aura, and there's also the shield and bounce and size, and wow, we just want all this. So we have choices. We can switch over to bolt, upgrade our aura, and put aura over here now. We can pick up shield and just put everything off a little bit longer. We can pick up enlargement and make our damage aura a little bit bigger. I think I'm gonna take shield. Little more defense is good. Put it right there. Anything with a green background. So basically this, and this. Not this one. This is an upgraded skill. But any of the like non-upgraded skills that have a green background, like this seafoam green, whatever you want to call it, they are special in that they can be anywhere as long as they are not in your inventory or in upgrade. They will affect your character. So I can take the toughness out of here, put it in my inventory, and I have 1 health. And if I put it back, I now have 2 health. And that was really glitchy. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of trick where you have infinite health by doing that, but because you get your health back every time you put it on. But I also know for a fact that you can't die from taking a health upgrade off. Like for example, if you have 3 health upgrades, the final upgrade that I usually choose is health regen. I just realized I'm not holding enough click. Is health regen, which causes you to lose 3 health because you no longer have, or 2 health anyway, you no longer have the 2 health you were using to upgrade. And so if losing those 2 health would take you below full health, or below 0 health, you don't actually die. It's very weird. But I'm gonna guess there's probably some trick to abusing that, but I'm not the kind of person that does it. More damage would be nice, but I don't really need it. Bounce would be nice, but don't need it. Actually, I could switch to bounce and then do those. Pierce would be important. Yeah, I think I might actually do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab bounce. We're going to take aura off. Put on bolt. Put on bounce. So now we're going to fire a ring of bolts and with this, and then they're going to bounce. So basically I'm going to have 20 hits because I fire off 1, gets split into 10, and then it bounces off of each something once. So there we go. Now having pierce would make this so much better. But basically what this does now is I can get my auras to proc without being near an enemy. Instead of having to like already be in the enemy's pile to get an aura around me by hitting them with an aura, I don't need to worry about that. I need pierce. That's all there is to it. So by having pierce, it'll make it so the bolt can go through an enemy and then start bouncing around. If you can think of it as kind of like if you ever played like any of the block breaker games, if you could get the ball like wedged in between blocks and stuff, it's kind of like that. It just increases the amount of hits you can get by quite a bit. Let's see. Bounce. Neither one of these is going to help me right now, but I think I'm going to take bounce first. Alright, so I'm just going to circle these guys and just kind of clean up some of this XP. By the way, the big green ball pickups that are on the ground, they have a green plus in them, but they are not health pickups. I don't know why they look like that, but yeah, they're just big XP. So we grabbed a third aura, and the focused aura, I mean, aura's whole claim to fame is that it's a ring around you, so making it smaller just doesn't make sense. So you got 2 choices, lingering or massive. They're almost identical, really, when you're proccing with them. If you're using them yourself, I would almost always recommend massive, but that's just me. But when you're proccing them, they basically do the same thing. So what I always suggest is pick the one that has the upgrade you don't have. So since I have enlargement, but I don't have duration, I'm going to pick lingering. But eventually I'll have both. Alright, we got a third bounce. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that because the third bounce, if I remember correctly, gives me Pierce. And Pierce is very important right now. So 1 Pierce, 2 bounce. I would also have taken 3 bounce. Actually, all these are good, but 1 Pierce that's amazing. Because now being able to go through 2 enemies and then start bouncing around is even better. Alright. Bigger aura would be amazing. Yeah, bigger aura. Lingering would also be good, but right now we already got a linger built into the aura, so bigger. But you can see I can like just wade into this and it's fine. I think, yeah, start working on bolt. Another bigger. That's also going to be really good. Another pierce would also be good. But I think we're going to go enlargement because then that lets me combine these and give me an extra slot to put into my damage side. So your choices are almost going to always be either +3 size if you just want bigger or damage in size. I almost always go damage in size, especially on this side where I'm going for more damage. Now what I really want to get is more pain, more damage increases. Okay, I just took a bullet hit, but I luckily had my shield up. I don't want any of this, so I'll just grab shield. So I'm just going to cycle through these guys and just whittle them down a bit. I'm kind of wasting time, but unfortunately I just need to do it. Now getting the third bolt would be nice because I could get piercing bolt. Since I already have spread, I don't need split anymore. But honestly what I really need is more ping. So, because if I can get 3 of these, my damage problems will be gone. And there it is. So I got 3 of these. The range of damage for abilities in this game, as far as base damage, is 2 to 10. 10 being an upgraded ability. And when you upgrade Pain, you have the highest damage increase in the game, which is 100% damage right here, and then +7 base damage. This base damage is insane. Even on the highest damage ability in the game, 100% increase will give you 10 damage. +7 is almost as good. And that's on the best damage ability in the game, and that best damage ability has some pretty hefty drawbacks. For a low damage ability or even a medium damage ability, you'd basically need something that does up to 7 damage, which I think there's only like 3 abilities that do more than 7 damage. This is still as good or better. So this is just better. And for our aura, which only does 3 damage, this takes it to 10. Where 100% would only take it to 6. So now we do so much damage with the aura, and the fact that they're stacked, we can literally just run through it. We just gotta watch out for these stupid bullets. And there's our third shield, that's gonna really help. So, 3 shields. That 2-minute cooldown for getting a shield? Yeah, no, we want 60 seconds. So we'll throw that in there. I like to put the fully upgraded ones on the right just to keep it organized. Ooh, that was close. And since we upgraded it, it became a new ability. It just immediately upgraded or regenerated our shield. There's nothing here we need, so we might as well just grab the bolt and upgrade the bolt. Okay, so we got split bolt, which gives us an extra 2 split, but we already have 10 here, so we don't really need this. Piercing bolt is an extra 2 pierce. Well, we only have 1 pierce and then 1 pierce. So that 2 pierce would be really nice. And then massive bolt, its main thing is it does 10 damage. We don't need damage on this side at all. So pierce it is. Now we should have no trouble getting massive amount. Oh geez, that hurt. Massive amount of aura. Just run right through here. There is nothing here we need, so our choices are pick up linking for if we decide later on to do like a third link, movement speed, or force. I'm just gonna take force because it has damage and knockback, even though I like never use it. It also has one of its upgrades has Pierce, so who knows, maybe I'll use it. And the knockback is actually kind of useful. Alright, no more of those stupid gnomes. Alright, let's go defend the sigil quick. Now the movement speed might have been nice. Get those sigils a little faster. I might grab a movement speed if I see one. Here's the sigil. I wasn't paying attention. It gets to a point when you have this kind of build where you just kind of point yourself in a direction, don't even watch anymore. Now, if we can increase the range of our aura, it'll make it so that, like with this thing right here. Did I get massive? No, I got lingering. So yeah, we might end up grabbing a second deadly because having a bigger aura would be nice. Yeah, that's not going to be any bigger. Don't really need more pierce now because we got all this right over here. I'm not sure what else I'd put over here though. Maybe a second overwhelming split. Yeah, I might do that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another enlargement and get rid of this. Don't need the 10% damage. Work on making this bigger. My goal is to make it about the size of the sigil. You really want the aura to be as big as your pickup radius, but not any bigger than that. Which, for me, that is the same size as the damaging... let me just do this. As big as this deadly enlargement and the aura on the massive upgrade, which is, I think, another 2 size. So if you grabbed lingering, you just do 2 deadly enlargements, and you get the same size. Oh, so that's done. So first guardian now. We got 8 minutes to do this, so we're just gonna basically beeline it. There shouldn't be any more gnomes after we kill the gnome guy that is all stacked up. So I don't know if anybody's familiar. If you're not familiar with the game, yeah, there's gonna be some spoilers. So here's Stanky. You can see how fast that went. Ooh, Mirror Shard. Amazing for what we're doing. This just doubled our projectiles, which means it doubled our procs. Which means it doubled our auras, which means everything is now extra stupid. Movement speed. I know the Pierce would be nice, but we need to book. We spent too long farming. We have 7 minutes to basically finish this whole run. If you let the timer run out completely, you just die. I actually didn't realize that, and I was doing a run, and I was on the final boss, and then at half health, I just died. I was like, wait, what happened? And yeah, apparently the timer ran out. I wasn't paying attention, because I had, like, spent way too long farming. Oh, I went too far. I wasn't watching. And I kind of wish the icon that marks which direction the sigils and stuff are was a different color, like you know, like a green or magenta, like maybe the same color as the sigils, like that lime green. Might actually grab a second movement speed. I've never actually leveled up movement speed, so it'd be kind of cool to see what the evolved form would be. So yeah, other than having to deal with the bullets from the gnomes, this build is, in my opinion, extremely strong. The only thing that I ever made that was stronger was either the summons, proccing summons, where if you used Pierce and Duration, you could basically have ghosts that would proc ghosts and last forever. It was extremely stupid. Very, very overpowered, to the point where your computer might have some issues. And at one point I did crash the game. but I believe that's been patched. You now, when you summon ghosts, it will cancel the previous summon. Like when you cast a batch of ghosts, the last batch despawns. There's your gnomes, and they are dead. Okay, Torch of Frozen Fire sounds amazing on paper. I mean, it is amazing on paper. Because all we'd have to do is throw freezing on our proc ability, and then the proc ability would deal double damage. Our aura, basically. But it is super broken. Not good broken either. When you have freeze applied to things that are burning and you have this ability, it's just suddenly you can't do any damage except like your condition damage. The fire, the burn, and the freeze. And freeze doesn't do damage as far as I can tell, so this just doesn't work. It basically makes it so if you have freeze in your build while you have this, you can't do damage anymore. As far as I can tell, Necromancer's Hand, there are no healing drops. At least this should be a 0.2% chance, which would be, what would that be? 1 in 100, so 1/5 of 1 in 100, which would be 1 in 500. So, yeah, I definitely kill more than 500 enemies pretty quick, and I've never seen a heal. So since this does nothing and this does nothing, we'll just get this. And we'll have a cool trail of ice behind us. Alright, just run this way. What else? I might as well upgrade Pierce just because we got nothing better to do. Till I get something better. Alright, well, I'd love to go back for the XP. We are kind of in a hurry now. Alright, here's the sigil. Very tinkly. Alright, what do we want? I could level up the hammer. I could do a lot of things, but I think I'm just gonna level up health actually. Now my options here are just have 3 extra health, or have the ability to regenerate health once every 3 minutes. I'm actually just gonna keep the 3 extra health because I'm not getting hit. Now you can see why having a big aura is good for this build, because it keeps enemies out of your hair. And then we'll just go ahead and level this up. Evolve it. I think one of these has split. Spell speed, split, and pierce, yep. So might as well. Spell speed doesn't affect us much. It just means our bullets are a little slower, but who cares. Alright, off to the 3rd Guardian. Grab a level quick. Alright, let's see. I think we're just gonna go with more enlarge. Alright, track down 3rd Guardian. We got 4 minutes to do it. Where is he? Over here. You can see that once everything is set up, you can basically just barrel through things. Watch how fast this kid goes down. Done. Might as well get Remnants of Destroyer. Every 2 minutes, everything just dies. Grab some XP. Let's see, that's already done. That's done. We already did that. Wait, why do I have... Okay, I have a second pierce that I don't know why. Apparently, I went and leveled up pierce with the stuff I had up here, and I had one down here. Sorry. Let's see. There's nothing I need here, so I guess I'll grab a second linking. or grab linking, and then later on I might end up being able to put it in here. Alright, so go up here. This is find the final sigil. We got 4 minutes to do this, and then kill the Juggernaut. Alrighty. Come on. This is gonna be a long 20 seconds. I really don't need anything other than maybe another make things bigger, so you know, it's just for giggles, we'll just take more health. 13, 10. You can see how helpful getting those scrolls early were. You know, let's find out what leveling up move speed does. Link spell when applying burning and move speed. Okay, weird. But link spell when applying one link spell when applying burning. I might grab that just to find out. Just to find out if that needs to be in the spell. Mana regen movement speed. Because I don't really need the movement speed. Let's find out. It's still green. Yeah, it does. Well, no, maybe. One link spell when applying burning. I don't. If any of my upgrades have a spell, I'm gonna throw it in here, and just see if it goes off from this. Because even though it says it goes this way, though because it's a green ability, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna guess though that it's like a split ability, where I'm just gonna level up really quick. I only have 3 minutes though. But anyway, yeah, I have a feeling it's a split ability where the movement speed works anywhere. Yeah, here's an ability. I was hoping for a ghost, yeah. So we'll throw a ghost right here because that's something we don't do. So if we see any ghosts, we know that it doesn't work. It would actually have to be, the boots would have to be in here, and that's just trash. So, yep. Okay, leveled up boots. Not good. Never gonna grab more than like 1 or 2 of them. There's Juggernaut. So all you gotta do with Juggernaut is circle him. Just make sure you have enough damage that you can not be stuck by getting hit by enemies. So, like basically what I'm doing now, I can just barrel right through the enemies. And there goes Juggernaut. Juggernaut's dead. Even though he's still moving around and he can still hit us, he's dead. And we did it. Master of Shadows. Beat the 2nd level on Master. So, just do me a favor, let me know what you thought. This is my first time actually recording any kind of video or anything like that for a platform like YouTube. If you liked the build or you liked me, who knows, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. Really appreciate any kind of feedback, like positive, negative, anything at all. Just, you know, help a guy out. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever you have, and see you next time.